Sitting here with the man of the hour here at the third annual Donovan Edwards Youth Football Camp, brought to you by Sack the Stigma. So first of all, Donovan, let's just talk about this being your third annual camp, man. I heard there was a family that got in the car and came up from Virginia just to be at this.
Yeah, that's facts. And I wanted to do the best. I wanted to pay my respects back and tell the kid, that through life, you're gonna have challenges and ups and downs, but as long as you continue to work hard, then you're going to be successful. So, this camp was really based around just bringing the community together. I got the family. I'm looking at all of my family right behind the camera right here, and that's what it's all about. It's just bringing everybody together and having a good time, man. And of course, me as well.
I hear that, man. So, but you brought it back to West Bloomfield. A lot of guys, they have camps. And they go all over the place. They might do it at Michigan. They might do, but you decided to keep it here. Why is that?
Oh, because this is my home. I was born in Southfield, raised in Detroit. This is what I tell my people. I was raised in Detroit, but I grew up in West Bloomfield, and West Bloomfield is my home. And that's the reason why I keep it here. I'm not gonna take my annual camp anywhere else, but Let me. Can I do this real quick?
Yeah.
So me, Samaj, and I'm hoping Makari, we're having a football camp October 12th. That's the date that we're scheduling. I don't know where yet.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, that we're all going to have a camp together. It's going to be a free camp, whatever. But I'm sorry I went off topic.
Oh no. But that's important.
Yeah. But this is home for me, and I got a state championship here. The community has done nothing but show me love. Even when I was in high school too, the administration has always had my back. I went to elementary and middle school here too. So, in high school, it just gave me the pathway to get to college. And with the help of Coach Bill, being here at West Bloomfield, it helped me get to the next level and make the man that I am becoming and that I am today. So that's why I keep it here.
Hey, man, being a man is an evolutionary process,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And so
it'd be hard, man. It's hard in these streets.
And I watched, listened, observed you last year, and it wasn't just an on-the-field process for you. It was an off-the-field. You've been very open in speaking about the mental struggle that you go through as a, just a young man, but as a player especially.
That's right.
So what about that part of the journey for you?
Yeah, I'm very blessed and grateful that I opened up about it, because regardless or not, if I impact the people, I've told my truth. And it's something I will always do, is I'll tell my truth. I'll tell it how it is. I don't care what circumstances or whose feelings I'm hurting, or if I'm impacting the people. I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to express my feelings. And I just think that overall, too, I think that's something that I needed to get off my chest. I think that people was just like, oh, he sucks, and he's not great this year. But in reality, you don't understand what athletes go through. It's less of a physical thing, but more of a mental aspect. And if your mental's not right, how can you go out there and compete at a high level against really talented teams? How can you go out there and compete against a very good UNLV team, a very good ECU team, a very good Rutgers team? How can you go out there and compete against them if your mentals isn't right? And my mentals wasn't right. It wasn't right at that point in time. And that's where I said that Mike Hart told me to see a therapist, which I'm grateful that he had me do, because, he turned me into a man. He turned me into the person I am becoming. And there's some stories I could tell about a different day, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but
that made me a man.
They're the ones that people can see, though. We don't have to get into all the stories people can't see. You had the thing where a lot of people kind of misunderstood some things you said in the media and social media, and then you had the injury that you were dealing with on the field and coming back from that, not quite being 100%. And so in those times, in those moments, who were you turning to for advice? Eventually you got to a therapist, but Coach Hart, who's your circle that was kind of helping you get through that?
Freddie J, Coach Hart's his former coach. You know Freddie J?
Come on, man. I know Freddie J my whole life.
Freddie J is the man. He is the reason why I honestly stay sane. He's the reason why I wasn't going to quit or nothing, but he's the reason why, I'm just, here, and, why I am the way that I am now. Coach Bell has helped me out a lot as well on the way. He helped me out a lot my sophomore year, but last year, tremendously, Freddie J helped me out a lot.
So how do you adjust your goals? Because, we talked last offseason, it's like, hey, I know what it's about to be. And when it's not that, you have to move but you have to move the finish line.
That's right.
So there's still a goal to reach.
Yeah.
So how about that part?
So I was just telling Angelique that regardless of how my performance was last year, I feel like the thing that my teammates, I don't care about Austin, the thing that my teammates take most from it is regardless of how things were going for me, I was still a great teammate. I could literally sit here and say that I was a great teammate. I wasn't being like, why is Blake getting more touches than me, man? This is bull, man. Coach Moore, man. Coach Hart, man. This is not cool. Kurt, I'm not doing none of that. Like, I'm like, okay, like, I get it, but bro, we hooping, like, you know what I'm saying? JJ
Right.
killing it in the passing game. You know what I'm saying? C-Love doing his thing. Roman, CJ, they all hooping. Blake's hooping. It's like, we're winning games. How can you complain when you're winning games? How can you complain when you're 12-0 in the regular season? You have a third Big Ten championship. You beat Alabama in the Rose Bowl. And you win a national championship. How can you complain? Like, you can't. So, I mean, like, to say I could have, but I just can't. Like, I won't.
One of the things I was most proud of, though, man, is you stayed ready. Your number was called.
Yeah.
It's ready. Penn State, national championship game. I mean, every game, but those games stick out to me especially. It's like when they called on you, you did what you do.
No doubt.
So what about the staying ready aspect of it?
Always, man. I got my fire back at the right time too. It was kind of a little bit before Penn State. I was on the knee, and I'm like, man, forget all the BS. Like, do you realize that you're him? Like, you realize that people can't do what you could do? You know what I'm saying? So, and I got my fire back. That's the same fire I had in high school, going into my senior year of high school, or going into my freshman year in college, after my senior year of high school. Like, I had that fire. Like, I was determined to achieve anything and everything. And I got that fire back at the right time. Regardless of how things was going for me, didn't care. I was still going to work hard.
So you started seeing a therapist. Were you talking to your teammates about that part of your journey at that time? Because, I see Sack the Stigma behind you, the Eisenberg Family Depression
That's right.
Center. All right,
Shout out to Steven.
They're destigmatizing, mental health being a sign of weakness for athletes, because it's not. And so you've been very vocal about it with us in the camera. Had you started doing that with your teammates already?
I wasn't talking to anybody besides Junior. Me and my man, I was talking to Junior a lot, and he just told me everything's gonna be all right. It's God's plan for me. I had to go through struggles to become successful, and whatever I was going through just built character for me. So yeah, I'm gonna be open about it. Like, we're all struggling. We're all going to struggle at some point in time, but within the struggle, you know what I'm saying, you have two decisions to make. It's either you're going to be like, oh, this is too much, I'm going to quit, or you're going to say, man, forget that, like, I'm going to keep getting better every single day. And one thing, too, I know everybody not spiritual, everybody don't believe in God, but God says that he's not going to put anything into your life that you can't handle. I'm a walking testimony of that, so.
Yeah, and the example you're setting, I think, even if you aren't vocalizing it, you're walking it.
That's right.
People can
Darn
see it.
straight.
And then you're representing with things like Sack the Stigma. I'm seeing all these T-shirts around. I'm seeing the backdrop. And it's like you're telling your teammates, and not even your guys on the other side, athletes in general, that it's okay. It's okay to have a mental struggle.
It is okay. We're all going to struggle at some point. But what's not okay is to quit during that struggle. So, yeah.
All right. So that's going to be a part of the journey this season. You're a leader now, right? Whether it's vocal or by example, how have you sort of evolved in that part of the process? I mean, how do you do that?
I'll take you back to my junior year of high school. I call it spade a spade. I was supposed to be voted as a captain, one of the best players on the team, but I wasn't because I was a tyrant. I wanted people to get better. I wanted them to become, who they were sought out to be. But I did it in a mean way, like calling people out and challenging them, that's fine, but I was doing it in a ruthless way. So my senior year really shaped me to how I'm leading now, and that's allowing other people to lead as well. I don't have to be the only person that's saying something or that's going out there saying, just rallying the guys. I want multiple guys to go out there. I want as many people that are willing to lead the team. I want them to do it. So, you know, I don't consider I consider myself an alpha leader, but I want to step back and I want other people to lead and to become men that, you know, that I know that they're capable of being.
But do you notice them looking at, because all the success that you guys had, you're the elder statesman. Not to say that there are other players that contributed, but no one contributed more than you. That's returning.
I disagree.
That's returning to the team.
Disagree to that.
Okay, maybe so. Well, you're certainly one of the biggest contributors returning on this team. So that inherently has a lot of guys looking to you.
Absolutely.
When, hey, what are we supposed to do? Have you noticed that?
I actually have, especially like with the running backs, the new guys that we have, Tomas, Jordan Marshall, and Micah. I realize that they have looked to me, you know, during, you know, like how hard is he actually working? I'm working my butt off right now, you know what I'm saying? And I realize that the guys are looking towards me because, shout out to EA, I think that EA has, I could look at being on the cover of EA in two different ways. See, like, oh, I have everything that I want, or I could say, how can I make this make me a better leader amongst this team? And I feel like I'm taking everything that God has blessed me with to be a better leader for this football team.
Yeah, and I like that you bring some humble. I was talking about on offense. I know it's a lot of returning guys who contribute a whole lot on defense, and the whole team contributed. But offensively, you definitely you the most. So now, as we close things out here, Donovan, hey man, I have certainly marveled at your ability to take doubt and turn it into fuel.
Oh, come on.
While there's certainly a lot more people who are saying that you're that guy, it's still some people saying, why is he on the cover EA?
I respect that. I respect that. Because if you look at it statistically, didn't have a better year than Ollie Gordon, Trey Henderson, what's the name of Marion Hampton, right?
And Quinshawn Judkins.
You name it. Like, statistically, I didn't, but I mean, I could compete. Like I'm up there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's always a time and a place to talk my stuff. You know, but yeah, I'm most definitely up there with those guys.
Does it that chip? Is it still there even with all the accolades and success?
It's not going away anytime soon. Because I've reached the lowest part of my life as a player, to now it's built me up and it's built character for me. So maybe it might go away one day when I say I want to retire, but as of right now, that chip, like I have so much fire in my heart to be successful and to make others better around me. So it's not going away.
All right, well, hey man,
you can hear it in my voice too.
I can hear it in your voice.
I wasn't talking like that for the past 3 years.
Well, certainly, I think you know, the amount of pride that people have and how far you've come as far as maturing as a man, that's great to see. Maturing as a player is gravy.
Yeah.
Maturing as a man,
like, that's different. That's different.
That is, man. Well, congratulations. Thanks a lot for having us out at your camp, and obviously, I know you want to tell folks to continue
Sam, welcome. What y'all don't understand about Sam's the man. You see, they call me the Don, but we call Sam the man, because Sam is outspoken for his people. Sam goes above and beyond for all of us, and Sam is a good person. So I've called Sam a couple times, you know, just asking about his opinions on things. I don't have to, but I rock with Sam. So for all the haters out there, stop hating on Sam, please.
It's mostly Buckeyes. Appreciate you, Donovan. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely.